Why is your morning signal still gone? Men's sexual health. Listen, if you're a man over 50 and every night you're still taking those synthetic zinc pills hoping to regain your performance, but when you wake up the next morning, everything's still the same, then hold on a minute. Are you feeling helpless because despite all your supplementation efforts, your natural morning response has disappeared? Or are you struggling with sleepless nights, having to wake up multiple times to urinate, and fearing that this decline in vitality is an irreversible aging process? What I'm about to reveal could change your thinking about men's health. It's not a magic pill, but a secret about golden timing. Imagine just eating exactly 7 walnuts at 9 p.m., a simple trick that's almost unbelievable, is precisely how John, 67 years old, managed to regain the performance he thought he'd lost forever. Have you ever wondered, why am I so diligent with supplementation, taking zinc pills every single day, expensive supplements, but the results I get are still zero? The next morning when you wake up, your body is still tired, your energy is still depleted, and what worries us men the most, that morning signal, is still completely absent. You're not alone. Thousands of men over 50 are also stuck in this vicious cycle, taking too much but absorbing too little. It feels like you're trying to pour water into a bottle that's already sealed shut. We've always heard that zinc is the golden ingredient for male vitality. That's true. But the way we're loading it into our bodies, through dry synthetic tablets, may be exactly why all your efforts are going down the drain. Let me explain this in more detail, a truth that few brands want you to know. A large-scale study from the American Institute of Neurology, tracking over 3,000 men, revealed a harsh reality. The group that relied entirely on zinc supplement pills received almost none of the benefits they expected. Why is this? The problem lies in our digestive machinery. When we pass age 50, stomach acid levels naturally begin to decline. Our bodies become more picky. Synthetic zinc pills are usually in dry and isolated form, isolated nutrients. For an aging body, recognizing and absorbing them is like trying to chew a rock, very difficult and forced. What's the consequence? Most of that zinc is excreted. You waste money and effort, but your cells remain starved of nutrients. And when cells lack fuel, important hormones aren't produced, leading to the decline in performance you're enduring every day. That's why you feel like you've done everything right, but your body is still speaking out in protest. But the good news is, nature already has the answer to this tricky equation. Where does the secret lie? It's in the completeness of natural foods. Unlike dry pills, zinc in natural nuts is carefully packaged in layers of healthy fats and protein. This is the perfect transport vehicle that helps nutrients penetrate deep into cells, even when your digestive system has aged. Your body recognizes it, welcomes it, and uses it to regenerate lost energy. However, before we dive deep into the list of these foods, I want you to remember something extremely important. This is protection for your own health. Remember, what I'm sharing is root nutritional recovery. It's a lifestyle foundation, not a miracle drug or magical replacement for medicine. If you have underlying conditions and are being treated according to your doctor's protocol, absolutely do not stop medication on your own. Don't view this nutritional solution as a replacement. View it as a capable assistant. This assistant will help your body become healthier from the inside, thereby helping your doctor's treatment methods work more effectively. That's the wise thinking of a modern man, combining science and nature to master your own health. And now, let's explore together what specific nuts this assistant consists of. Let's start counting down with candidate number 3. This is the nut that your endocrine system understands better than any pill. Cashews. Why did I put it on this list? Because for men over 50, cashews aren't just a snack. They're the key to reopening the male energy reserve that's been locked tight. 1. Mother Nature's package. Remember those synthetic zinc pills I mentioned earlier? They're dry and hard to absorb, but zinc in cashews is completely different. It's carefully packaged by Mother Nature in a layer of healthy fats. When you eat cashews, this fat layer acts as a guide, taking the zinc through the stomach, absorbing into the intestinal wall, and going straight into the bloodstream. 2. The testosterone liberation mechanism. But here's the most interesting part. Cashews contain an enormous amount of magnesium. When it enters the body, magnesium reduces a protein called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. Imagine SHBG like handcuffs. It locks your testosterone away so they can't function. Cashews help unlock those handcuffs, liberating free testosterone. This is precisely the most powerfully active form of hormone that helps you feel fulfilled and strong again. 3. Safety warning. Absolutely do not eat raw. However, there's a deadly mistake I see many people make. Never eat fresh cashews just picked from the tree, and don't eat dry cashews carelessly either. Natural cashews contain the toxin urushiol, similar to poison ivy. Although cashews sold in supermarkets have been heat-treated to remove this substance, they still contain phytic acid. Phytic acid is a nutrient thief. It clings to the intestinal wall and prevents your body from absorbing zinc. If you eat dry cashews directly, you're inadvertently building a wall-blocking recovery. And worse, it can cause bloating and indigestion for a 50-year-old sensitive stomach. 4. The standard process for optimization. So, what should you do? Follow this simple ritual. Step 1. Soak. Soak cashews, raw, unroasted with skin removed, in warm water with a pinch of salt for about 2 hours. This process helps remove phytic acid and awakens nutritional enzymes. Step 2. Dosage. After soaking and draining, eat 15 to 18 nuts. Step 3. Timing. Eat in the evening. This is when your endocrine system needs ingredients most to repair the body during sleep. Just this small change in preparation method will transform cashews from a hard-to-digest snack into a powerful natural energy booster. But cashews are just the beginning for hormones. For this hormone stream to move where it needs to go, we need to clear the blood vessel pathways. And that's the mission of superfood number 2. If cashews are the raw material to produce hormones, then we need a smooth road system to transport those hormones to exactly where they're needed. And that's precisely the mission of super product number 2, walnuts. Look at the shape of a walnut, it looks like the brain. But for men after age 50, it's truly the savior for the vascular system. 1. The highway for hormones. As we age, blood vessels, which are the highways transporting nutrients, begin to stiffen and harden. This causes blood flow to become congested, leading to the top orders but the bottom doesn't listen. Walnuts are the richest plant source of omega-3 on the planet. They transform those stiff, hardened blood vessels back to a soft, flexible state so blood can pump powerfully again. 2. John's story and the 9 p.m. secret. Let me tell you about John, a 67-year-old patient of mine. He told me with utter frustration, "I exercise, I take medication, but everything still sleeps." I asked him, "When do you eat these nuts?" He replied, "Whenever it's convenient, sometimes breakfast, sometimes as a snack." And that was the mistake. I asked John to make one small change. Eat exactly 7 walnuts at 9 p.m. Not earlier, not later. Why? Because that's when the body prepares to enter the nighttime repair cycle. And the result? After 6 weeks, Marcus came back with good news. He had regained the natural morning response he thought he'd lost forever. 3. The hidden enemy, oxidation, rancidity. However, there's an extremely important warning I must mention right away, because it can turn medicine into poison. That's oxidation. Walnuts are very rich in omega-3 oil. They're like nature's fresh butter. If you leave them at room temperature too long, exposed to air, they'll become rancid. Eating a rancid walnut means you're loading your body with free radicals that cause vascular inflammation, going completely against the original purpose. Therefore, remember well, always buy small quantities and store them in the refrigerator. If you smell rancidity, discard them immediately. 4. The swap strategy. Finally, I know you're worried about calories. Will eating this much make me fat? The answer is yes, if you eat them in addition. The secret here is substitution. Don't eat 7 walnuts after already eating a bowl of sweet soup or a piece of cake. Use these 7 walnuts to completely replace your sugary evening dessert. This way, you both reduce bad sugar and load up on good fats that help clear vessels and even support fat burning during sleep. Now, when hormones are available, the pathways are clear, we're left with one final obstacle, a problem that keeps millions of men awake every night. The prostate. And the solution lies in nut number 1. We have the fuel from cashews, we have the clear pathways from walnuts. But let's be honest, it's all meaningless if every night you have to wake up 3, 4 times to go to the bathroom. That's why pumpkin seeds rank number 1. For men over 50, this isn't just food, this is the savior for the prostate. 1. The battle with the sleep disruptor. Our biggest problem isn't just hormones, but prostate enlargement pressing on the bladder. It prevents you from ever having deep sleep, and the next morning you wake up with a worn-out body. 2. The DHT blocking mechanism. Why can pumpkin seeds do this? The secret lies in the compound phytosterols. As we age, testosterone is often converted into DHT, a hormone that causes the prostate to swell. Phytosterols in pumpkin seeds act like a shield, blocking the enzyme causing this conversion. When the prostate calms down, pressure on the bladder decreases, and you no longer feel the constant urge to urinate. Moreover, pumpkin seeds are very rich in magnesium. If your bladder is contracted, causing false urinary urgency, magnesium will help relax these muscles, helping you retain urine better throughout the long night. 3. Smart choice. Don't buy the white shell by mistake. However, this is the mistake that 80% of people make when going to the supermarket. You'll see bags of pumpkin seeds with hard white shells, usually roasted with very salty salt. Don't buy that type. That white shell is very tough, extremely difficult to digest for an older stomach, and contains less nutrient density. Look for hulled pumpkin seeds, sometimes called pepitas. They have a characteristic dark green color. That green color is where the most powerful antioxidants and medicinal properties are concentrated. This type is soft, rich, easy to digest, and most importantly, doesn't make your stomach work overtime at night. 4. The final piece. So we have all three pieces. Cashews to activate hormones, walnuts to open blood vessels, pumpkin seeds to protect sleep and the prostate. But wait, don't rush to turn off the video. Owning these three types of nuts is just the first step. How you combine them together in a safe process is what determines success or failure. If you make a mistake in this step, you could be wasting money. I'll guide you through the exact combination formula right after this. At this point, I'm sure many of you have a very practical question popping up in your heads. You might be thinking, well, that sounds good, but do I absolutely have to eat all three? Can I just choose one? For example, just eat cashews to increase hormones, to make it less complicated, and save money? I completely understand that thinking. We're all busy, and we're always looking for the most minimalist solutions. My straightforward answer to you is, yes, you can choose just one. But the complete answer is, if you do that, your recovery process will be very slow, even limping. Why do I speak so strongly? Because the male body after age 50 doesn't operate on a fix what's broken basis individually. Our body is a synchronized machine, and the decline in performance you're feeling doesn't come from a single cause. It's the degradation of an entire system. Let me paint you a specific picture so you can clearly see the risk of using individually. Case 1. You only eat cashews. Focus on hormones. You load cashews, your body receives zinc and magnesium, helping to unlock and produce abundant testosterone. This is valuable merchandise. But if your blood vessels are still hardened, narrowed and blocked due to lack of omega-3 from walnuts, then that merchandise will be dead in the warehouse. It can't be transported to the necessary organs to create strength. Result? You have potential, but can't express it outwardly. Case 2. You only eat walnuts, focus on blood vessels. You have smooth highways, blood circulates very well. But if you lack cashews, those transport vehicles run empty because there's not enough testosterone to carry. You'll feel your mind is a bit clearer, but that fire, that desire and core strength are still missing. Case 3. You skip pumpkin seeds. Forget the prostate. This is the most common scenario. You have good hormones, good blood vessels, but every night you have to wake up 3 to 4 times to go to the bathroom because of prostate enlargement. Constantly interrupted sleep causes testosterone levels just produced to drop immediately the next morning due to body exhaustion. You build 10 parts, but lose 8 parts just because of poor sleep. You see, if one piece is missing, your health picture will never be complete. You'll forever struggle in the loop. Why have I tried but results are still not as expected? That's why I call the combination of cashews, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds the golden recovery triangle. True strength doesn't lie in each individual nut, but in the synergy. When you use all three together, a perfect biological process occurs every night. Cashews play the role of manufacturing plant. They provide raw materials to activate and release male energy, hormones. Walnuts play the role of logistics system. They expand and soften the pathways, blood vessels, ensuring that energy source is pumped throughout the body powerfully and smoothly. Pumpkin seeds play the role of security department. They soothe the prostate, protect deep sleep, ensuring the recovery process happens all night without disturbance. This isn't about trying to sell you an extra nut. This is about providing your body with a synchronized solution. Missing one of three, the process will be broken. But when combined, they create an impact of 1 plus 1 plus 1 far greater than 3. That's the fastest, most scientific, and safest way for you to find yourself again. So don't cut the process short. Treat your body like a valuable system that needs comprehensive care. And to help you do this most easily, I've summarized it into an action formula right after this. We've come a long way. You know why you need to change, and you know what will help you regain performance. But I must confess this to you. The gap between knowing a good method and receiving actual results is very large. Many men leave this video with excitement. They rush to the supermarket, randomly buy a few bags of nuts, eat them for a few days, then give up. Why? Because they bought the wrong type, they ate the wrong way, or worse, they felt uncomfortable in their body. They blame the method for being ineffective. Imagine you spend money buying walnuts to soften blood vessels, but accidentally buy the kind soaked in salt and sugar. Salt constricts blood vessels, and sugar causes inflammation. You're stepping on the gas and brake at the same time. Or imagine you try to chew hard nuts in the evening when your teeth are already weak. It becomes torture instead of enjoyment. Then you go to sleep with a full stomach, acid reflux burning your throat because you ate too close to bedtime. All these terrible experiences will discourage you, and you'll return to those useless zinc pills. I don't want that to happen to you. To ensure you succeed from the very first night, I've distilled 3 golden rules. Consider this your safety map. Rule 1. Shop with the 3 NOs rule. When you stand in front of the shelf in the supermarket, don't let eye-catching packaging fool you. Flip to the back and check. If you see one of these 3 things, put it down immediately. No salt. Excess salt is enemy shown of blood pressure and rigidity. Salty roasted nuts will destroy the vessel. Dilating benefits we're seeking. No sugar. Sugar causes inflammation, and inflammation reduces testosterone. No hydrogenated oil. This is industrial oil used for preservation, very harmful to cardiovascular health. Only buy types labeled raw or dry roasted, plain roasted. The ingredients should only have the name of that nut, nothing else. Rule 2. Don't let teeth stop you. I know, many of you here don't have healthy teeth anymore, or simply feel tired having to chew 15 cashews and 7 walnuts every evening. If you swallow them whole, your stomach won't digest them, and you'll waste the nutrition. Don't give up. Use this trick. Put all 3 types of nuts in a blender, lightly grind into coarse powder. You can mix this powder into a bit of unsweetened yogurt, or blend with warm water to make a small glass of recovery nut milk. This way helps the stomach absorb extremely quickly, doesn't cause bloating, and you don't have to work hard chewing. Rule 3. Adjust your biological clock. In the previous part, I recommended eating 30 minutes before sleep. However, if you have a history of gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, or heartburn, 30 minutes is too close. Lying down right after eating fat can cause acid reflux. Listen to your body. Push the eating time earlier, about 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. This time frame is enough for the stomach to empty, but nutrition still has time to absorb into the blood to serve the nighttime repair process. You'll have a peaceful sleep without worrying about throat burning. Master these 3 rules, and you've eliminated 90% of the risk of failure. Now you have the tools, knowledge, and even a safety guide. There's only one last thing. That's getting started. Let me go to the roadmap summary so you know exactly what to expect in the next 14 days. Knowledge in your head is just theory. Real health lies in your action tonight. Your body, no matter how many years of ups and downs it's been through, is still a miraculous biological machine. It has never forgotten how to recover. It's just waiting for you to provide the right ingredients. Don't let fatigue or age define who you are. To help you start immediately without any more delay, I want you to perform exactly these 3 actions right after this video ends. Action 1. Prepare your fuel storage. Today or tomorrow morning, go to the most reputable clean food store. Find and buy exactly these 3 types of nuts, according to the 3 NOs standard I mentioned. Remember to soak cashews in warm water with a pinch of salt for 2 hours to remove phytic acid. Store walnuts in the refrigerator to protect omega-3 quality, and choose the right type of green pumpkin seeds to protect your sleep. Action 2. Establish the 9 p.m. ritual. Don't view this as taking medicine. View this as a self-love ritual every night. About 60 to 90 minutes before sleep, take quiet time to load your body with 15 to 18 cashews, 7 walnuts, and 1 handful of pumpkin seeds. Commit to doing this continuously for 14 days. This is the minimum time frame for cells to start responding to new nutrition. Action 3. Join the community and commit. Finally, I don't want you to go on this journey alone. First, hit the subscribe button on the channel right now. Here, we're building a community of men who refuse to accept aging as normal. By subscribing, you won't miss upcoming in-depth videos on how to restore male vitality. Then, type in the comments, "I accept the 14-day challenge." This small action is a serious declaration to your own subconscious. And after another 2 weeks, come back to that very comment to let me know how your sleep and energy have changed.